already invest in your interns, so why not give them the tools to stay and grow in the green industry? In today's episode, we'll show you how GEAPS NextGen Path seamlessly plugs into your internship program at no cost and delivers long-term value for both your interns and your team. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to the show. Welcome to the Whole Grain Podcast. The Whole Grain Show brings grain professional listeners together from 91 countries from around the world. I'm so happy you're joining us for today's show. My name is Jim Lenz, your host, producer, and editor of the show, and the Director of Global Education and Training at GEAPS, where the mission of the Grain Elevator and Processing Society is to champion, connect, and serve the global grain industry and our members. At GEAPS, we work to be the global community and thought leader for the grain industry, which feeds and fuels the world. This is a show where we bring you fresh ideas, smart perspectives, and forward-thinking leaders from across the grain handling and processing industry. In this episode, we're diving into a unique resource that helps companies like yours build stronger, more successful internship programs. It's called the NextGen Path Intern Program. Now, this isn't a standalone internship program. It's a companion, a flexible toolkit that integrates into any internship structure and enhances the experience with structure, learning, and real career connection. Let's break it down. All right, I'm thrilled to say I'm not alone today. I'm joined by my colleague and our guest for this episode, Betsy Polis, GEAPS Senior Director of Projects and Events. Betsy brings amazing energy and heart to her work, and she played a key role in developing and launching NextGen Path. Betsy, welcome to the Whole Grain Podcast.
Thanks so much, Jim. I'm really excited to be here and even more excited to talk about NextGen Path.
Well, I know this program has been a labor of love, so let's start with the basics. What is NextGen Path? Tell our listeners, and why did GEAPS create it?
Great question. NextGen Path is a free, flexible program designed to support companies that host interns. We know many facilities bring in interns each year, whether they're college students, technical learners, or people trying out the industry for the first time. But not every company has time to build a structured intern experience. So we created NextGen Path to make that part easier. It's a plug-and-play toolkit with simple, practical resources, an onboarding checklist, a welcome to the industry course, industry terms, educational videos, and even podcast episodes like this one.
So what kind of companies is NextGen Path really designed for?
Honestly, any company in the grain handling and processing space that works with interns can benefit. Whether you're a large grain operation, a local cooperative, or even a single location facility. It's built to be customizable. So whether you've hosted interns for years or are just trying it out for the first time, NextGen Path can elevate your program with very little lift.
That's fantastic. Now our membership is growing. We have new exciting member benefits, free member benefits. You know what? A lot of our listeners may not know that interns can receive a complimentary membership, a free membership. Can you tell us a little bit more about GEAPS student memberships?
Absolutely. One of the great things about GEAPS is that we offer complimentary memberships for full-time students and interns who are currently enrolled in an accredited academic program. So a GEAPS student membership really opens the door to a ton of valuable opportunities. We have, free access to our conferences like our annual GEAPS Exchange, a free online intro course, discounted on-demand training, local chapter connections, scholarships, and more. And when students graduate, they can transition into their first year of professional membership for free as well.
No, that's fantastic. So interns can easily sign up for GEAPS student membership, which gives them access to the NextGen Path program. Let's walk through those core components. What's inside the toolkit?
Sure. There are 5 main parts. 1, an onboarding checklist that helps facilities quickly welcome their interns and provide a strong first impression. 2, the Welcome to the Grain Industry course. This is a self-paced online course that's designed to give new learners an orientation to the field. 3, a terminology reference guide. We call it the GEAPS Glossary, which explains common terms, processes, and equipment in the grain industry. 4, a curated video library. This includes a wide array of recorded sessions and training content very curated to interns, to the younger generation. And of course, the whole grain podcast episodes that are there to help interns explore different career paths, and they can hear directly from professionals in the field.
I mean, that's fantastic. So a lot of people may not know, for example, that curated video library. We have over 200 different videos available that are searchable by topic and keyword. Of course, we got the Whole Grain podcast episodes, the new Welcome to the Grain Industry course. It's a great primer. It's a 1-hour course for those who are newer to the industry. And so we've got some good structure and order. But I would imagine, Betsy, companies saying, well, that sounds great, but how much time does this take? What's a time commitment for a company or supervisor?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. The program was built with busy facilities in mind. It was also designed to be a companion program to already existing internship programs. Everything is designed to be flexible. You can use as much or as little as you want, and you can decide when and how to use the materials. So supervisors can simply review the checklist with their intern and let them complete items on their own. It's very self-guided. We've even included a tracking sheet to make it easier when you're overseeing more than one intern.
So why is this program important right now, Betsy?
The grain industry is facing a real challenge. Our workforce is aging and a lot of institutional knowledge is walking out the door. At the same time, there's a growing need to attract, train, and retain new talent. But not every company has the time or tools to build an onboarding experience from scratch. That's where NextGen Path really helps. It fills in the gaps, gives interns a strong foundation, and helps companies introduce the industry in a way that's welcoming, informative, and professional. It's not just about this summer, it's about building our talent pipeline for the future.
That's right, building for the future. So what if a company has already started their internship program? Can they still join NextGen Path midway through the summer?
Absolutely. You can jump in at any point. Even if your interns are a few weeks in or you've already onboarded them, there's still a lot of value in the glossary, the videos, and the learning modules. We've seen companies use it mid-season as a supplement or even offer it as a wrap-up experience that helps interns reflect on what they've learned.
That's fantastic. Thanks for communicating that to our listeners out there. You mentioned earlier that the program was originally designed for interns, but can other learners, other grain professionals use it too?
Yes, and this is something we're really excited about. The resources in NextGen Path can easily be used to onboard new full-time employees, seasonal staff, or even students exploring the industry through school-based programs. We've even heard from companies who use these videos and glossary with their existing team as part of a weekly safety or learning meeting.
Now, we know that high schoolers often are part of the workforce in grain facilities, even including vendors and suppliers. And they may be seasonal workers. Perhaps they may be there much of the year, or maybe they're just working, during the summer, harvest season, whatnot. But they play a key role, and many people go directly into the workforce from high school. So my question, Betsy, is this program suitable for high schoolers?
Yes, that's a really good question. So while the program was initially designed with college interns in mind, we've seen strong interest from companies engaging with high school students, whether you're, a youth apprentice, doing a career exploration program, or it's a summer job placement. This content is really beginner friendly, visual, and it's easy to follow. And it's a great way to introduce young people to the grain industry. And for companies, it's a powerful tool to start building that future talent early, especially as we look to addressing the workforce shortages and create more visibility for careers in agriculture.
All right, there you have it, listeners. Yes, high school students, this can be a good fit, so consider that.
It's a great tool for foundational training at all levels.
So there's great opportunities for flexibility to work within an internship program. You've demonstrated that. What happens when an intern finishes the program? Is there a way to recognize their effort?
Yes, at the end of the program, interns complete a checklist that tracks their progress through the various components. Once they've finished, they can submit it to their supervisor, and we encourage those supervisors to send it to GEAPS. Every intern who completes the program gets a certificate of completion. It's a small but powerful way to recognize their work. And it gives them something tangible to use on their resume or LinkedIn profile. It shows they've gone above and beyond a typical internship experience.
I know one of the things people ask is, how do we take this further? And that's where our optional add-on comes in, the Introduction to Grain Operations course. Let's tell listeners more about that.
Absolutely. GEAPS offers a self-paced online course called Introduction to Grain Operations. Normally it's $495, but through NextGen Path, companies can offer it to their interns for just $75. It covers safety, operations, grain quality, equipment, and more. And it's perfect for interns or anyone who wants that strong foundational understanding of the industry.
So it's an online and on-demand course that takes approximately 6 hours to complete. It offers good breadth and scope. Whenever they take a pause in the course, they can continue where they left off. So that's a great opportunity for people to take their learning further. It really levels up the learning, right, Betsy?
Yeah, it does. And it gives interns the confidence to ask smarter questions, engage in deeper conversations, and even consider staying in the industry long term.
Which is exactly the goal, helping interns become future grain professionals. So how can someone get started with NextGen Path?
It's easy. Just visit jeeps.com/nextgen. That's GEAPS.com/NEXTGEN and register your facility. The toolkit's free and instantly available. And if you want to add that online course that we just talked about for one or more interns, we can help you get that set up too.
So Betsy, before we wrap up, what's your hope for this program?
My hope is that it gives companies the tools they need to offer meaningful experiences to interns and maybe even discover their next full-time hire. This industry is full of incredible opportunities, and NextGen Path helps open that door just a little wider.
All right. Thank you, Betsy, for joining us here in the Whole Grain Podcast. Our listeners of the show now have access to a great resource to help grow the industry. Thank you, Betsy, for all your work you've done on NextGen Path and bringing it to life. We're looking forward to having you again in another future episode.
Definitely. Happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us on this special episode of the Whole Grain Podcast. Internships are more than a temporary work experience. Thank you for joining us in this episode of the Whole Grain Podcast. Internships are more than a temporary work experience. They're a first impression, a chance to inspire, and an opportunity to build your future workforce. With NextGen Path, GEAPS gives you the tools to do just that. Without extra cost or complexity, it's an easy win for your interns, for your team, and for the future of the grain industry. Learn more and register today at jeeps.com/nextgen-path. Until next time, I'm Jim Lenz, Director of Global Education and Training at GEAPS. Stay safe, stay curious, and let's keep growing together with GEAPS.